Hello there, and welcome to Wandering Wolf Monday Night Chat. I'm your host, Mark Rhodes. Alongside me, as always, is my friend and fellow Wolves lifer, Mr. Craig Forward. How are you, mate?
I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing all right. All the better for seeing you.
Oh, same. Right back at you, mate, as always.
Just about got over the weekend, or maybe not quite. Maybe not quite.
I think let's start with that shall we?
Let's do it.
What a performance! Like I must admit, I have got some humble pie to eat, big time. I'm not allowed to give out predictions anymore.
I think we're gonna have to take Twitter away from you before.
It's not a good thing for me. I got so much grief after this. So if you don't know, you probably do know. But I said that somebody's in for a thrashing. And I said 4-0 to Wolves against Brentford. Little did I know that the thrashing came, but it was the other way around. It was pretty diabolical performance. I don't know what your thoughts are, Craig, but mine are pretty powder puff going forward, and just no fight, no. It was just so hard to watch, and just seeing like a full Molineux, not seeing us even score a goal there in 3 home games has got to be. It's got to be something that Bruno Lage has got to look at. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree, mate. It's not a good situation to be in by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm with you. I know I'm having a bit of a laugh about Mystic Mark, but we both said it on last week's show that I was probably more so confident that we're going to win, and I actually put 4-0 on, and I sent it to you before the match and said, "Come on, put your money where your mouth is." And I was just as excited as you were. So those that abuse that you got really does go for both of us. But we said it just before we came on, didn't we? Just before we went live, that I think there was almost an element of there's a feel of we're going to come out and just knock it around a little bit, easy afternoon, do some nice tricks and flicks, and easy win comfortably. And as you quite rightly said, you cannot do that in the Premier League. There are no easy games, and I think we just got punished. There's a bit of we made them look good. There's definitely an element of that, but we were poor. We were very poor all over the park. Didn't really offer anything like what we'd seen in the first few games. And in the end, we made probably, an average Brentford side look very, very good. Whether that's unfair on them, I don't know. But, we should be confident going into that game. I don't think.
I think we were. I think we were overconfident as players and as fans. Really, I think probably 80% of the Wolves fans that have watched our first 3-4 games have said, I think we're going to do Brentford. Brentford are a decent team. Beat Arsenal on the opening day of the season. Bullied Arsenal. Maybe that was probably something that we needed to look at, considering who they've got up front. Ivan Toney, I thought, gave our 3 centre-backs absolute nightmare, especially Cody. I thought every time Toney got the ball, Cody looked like he wanted to run away from it. Saiss for the second goal didn't pick up his man. Kilman, probably a little bit unfortunate to fall over and not be able to get back up to get Toney. But I just think it's not just the defence that needs a rollick in here. There's some serious issues putting the ball not only in the net, but actually getting to the stage where we shoot on sight and make the goalkeeper work. He didn't work enough for me. It's like we played against 10 men for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't have a shot at that time, did we, at all?
It might as well have been, us having 10 men and then having the extra man, because we certainly at no point during those 20 minutes did I think we worked the keeper or
it should be relentless pressure from that point on, shouldn't it?
It really should. And let Brentford let us have the ball in certain areas of the pitch. And when don't get me wrong, I thought defensively, I thought they were brilliant. I thought they did everything they needed to. I think Hwang and Pedence have to start the next game. I thought,
100%. 100%.
but that's the thing. I don't know about yourself, but I'm thinking probably wholesale changes need to be made to that team to make it. You can't play like that and expect not to have changes coming.
But have we not been saying this for a while?
Yeah.
And, you know, is it too early to say on one bad performance that issues that have been there for a long, long time are creeping back already? Or is it too early? Was it just a one-off? Was it?
I don't.
I feel like we're almost on a knife's edge where.
I think we are. Yeah.
It could. It's got a feel about it like it could be something wrong. Could be going wrong quite quickly. And
well, I was listening to Talk Sport,
but then again, on the side of that, we've played so well. There's some of the football that we've played already. I don't.
Yeah, we have, but
negative,
if we haven't got an end product, then that's all well and good. But if you can't put the ball in the net, then you do these pretty patterns and stuff. And like I do get it. Like I'm not all doom and gloom. Like, but we do. It is getting to the stage now where we need to put the ball in the net. Like you can't score. Well, one of them was an own goal, and one of them was a tap in from like on the line. Yeah. Like we really, really need to start banging some goals in because I'm getting a bit squeaky bum. Really,
the old deadly partnership of Traore and Jimenez looked like it showed glimpses of revival on Saturday for me.
Yeah,
I know Jimenez came close, and I think he. Was that when he got upset with his headgear and stuff? But
yeah,
you'd think he'd be training with that and stuff. So
yeah, that is true. That
was just frustration on the day, maybe, I don't know. But if those two could start clicking again, I mean, Traore's looking better. He's got to start hitting the box. We've got to get people in the box, and for me, Hwang's absolutely. He looks hungry and keen.
He's really strong, isn't he? He's strong.
And to be honest, he's got to be the first pick at the moment for me.
Who do you take out of the team then? I'll take Trincao out, to be honest.
Would you?
Yeah. I think fight-wise for the Premier League, I think he's a bit too lightweight. I think he's technically a fantastic footballer, but I think he needs so much time on the ball that he's just not getting. And I think
that's just something that will come with time.
I'd like to think so, but it really was quite a tepid. I think tepid's the right word. Like it's like I never thought that we were going to get back into it. Like
you want to start and see more fight. I want Molyneux to be a nasty place to come.
Yeah,
and people to not want to be there, and I think we said it a few days ago. I saw it on Twitter again at the weekend. Playing Sweet Caroline and stuff, and it's all very nicey.
It's like Fulham.
I just
returning
like
to Fulham.
I just can't stand any of that. So,
well, you look at the other stuff that we're doing, and I'm all for expanding the club and expanding, the ambitions of a global fan base. But you've got to get it right on the pitch first. Like I don't think anybody is going to be bothered about a team in the Championship opening up a record label. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be an established Premier League club.
Yeah, I do know what you mean, but as we touched upon last week, I think what the club is doing in that respect is great.
I agree with that.
Albeit you've got to get the main product on the pitch on a Saturday afternoon, so to speak, right first. But I know. Look, it's one bad game. It's a bad result. It was bad. There's no running away from it. But I don't think it's the. I don't think it's.
When do we start panicking? When do we start panicking? That's the thing. It was like we ended up playing 2-2-6. It got to a stage where we had six. It's niche. I'll give you that. I think the issue for me is it's got a whiff of the Walter Zengers about it. It's got the whiff of out of his depth with Bruno Lage, and what I want to be wrong. I usually am. So, I'd like to think that he has like the gumption and the cojones to just change it like wholesale changes
I
need to
think
be
he will,
made.
mate. I don't think it's got the zingers about it. I mean, look at the football we played in the first few games.
Yeah.
Take Saturday out. I mean, we've been so unlucky. I know we can't keep, blaming VAR and fouls that we should have had that we never had. But it is true. It is true. I mean, look what we talked about the other day: poor refereeing decisions and things that go against us, which they do. But
I know,
we've just got to start getting that ball in the net, and some of that goes away. I get that.
Ivan Toney had 2 goals disallowed, and like in real life, like we should have lost 4-5. Like it was embarrassing at times. Like it's like how they could just carve us up at will.
But how long have we been saying we've got issues at the back? So,
mate, like we have not got one proper defender in that back three. Like Willy Bolly, I don't know what's going on, like fitness wise or something, but like he's got to be in the team, hasn't he? He's got to be. Mascara's got to be in the team. Like after the performance that we've just seen from that back three, you take 2 of them out and you stick Bolly and Mascara in, or you play Bolly and Mascara, or Bolly and Cody, or wherever. I'm not being a Cody hater, but isn't it time now to start thinking about a back 4 if you're going to be? I don't know. Like, do you roll the dice and just see what happens now? Like,
I think you're right. It's got to change, hasn't it? Because what we're doing at the moment, although, again, you said it, pretty patterns, nice football, build-up play. There's got to be that end product. I'd rather play ugly and stick the ball in the net 3 times. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a balance.
There's got to be a good balance as well, and at the moment, I don't think there is. I think it's.
Well, look, we've been saying how well Keelman's been playing the last couple of weeks, and
that's fair comment, yeah.
So we can't just write him off after one game.
Well,
Cody. Cody does struggle when he comes up against that type of striker.
He does, yeah.
I remember Tammy Abraham doing it to him last season.
Yeah, he destroyed him, didn't he?
Awful afternoon, and it was the same sort of. It had a similar whiff about it on Saturday.
Even Jamie Vardy has his number quite a lot. Of the time.
I think that'll give him a kick up the arse. He won't like that. He won't like the criticism and stuff, and I think he'll come back from that and I think he'll put in a better performance next. But like you say, I think Bolly's got to come back in. I don't know what the situation with him is.
Who do you think he comes in for? Bolly, and Mascara. Really, it's quite. If I was Bruno, I'd play Mascara in the Spurs game, the League Cup game, because I think it feels a bit harsh on him to stick him in, especially a back 4 in a Premier League game. Like, it feels a bit like, whoa, easy. Like he's played 2 good friendlies, but the Premier League, as we've seen, is a completely different animal. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Yeah,
well, if he needs a sort of game to come back and edge himself in, it's going to be that one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
but I'd like to see Aitnery.
I would as well, actually. Oh well, let's talk about the Marcel incident, because it was coming, wasn't it?
He forgot what sport he was playing for.
I talk about nailed on penalties. Good God,
you can't do that. You can't.
But he got warned. He got warned.
But again, I just don't want to be a bashing on him, because the last couple of weeks we've been saying how great has he been playing.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a collective shambles.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to base the rest of the season or thoughts just on that one game. It was bad, and I think we've just got to forget it and move on as quickly as possible. To be fair.
Well, let's have a look at some comments, actually, because we've had quite a few.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, you have a look, see which one.
Start at the top.
Okay.
Final Revival, cheers for tuning in again.
Cheers, mate. Evening, lads. Go on. Okay, I had a feeling Brentford would turn up, and us underestimating them, a shocking performance regardless. I didn't. I kind of underestimated Brentford actually, to my detriment, because I really thought that after the last few performances, I know he hadn't scored, but I really did think we were going to give him a spanking. Just the way, like, I thought it was going to click into gear, and I thought we were going to take our chances. And I think that has proved to be the difference on so many occasions. We should have got, keep on saying should, and it's so frustrating. But and that might be the mantra of the season, should, because I really, really do believe that if we don't start getting our scoring boots on, then don't matter how pretty you play the game. It's like you ain't sticking the ball in the net. It's like Michael Owen. Michael Owen famously said,
Well,
if you don't score, you don't win.
It was full of good stats.
Yeah. Michael Owen.
Go
Go on, you do this one, mate.
Shrewsbury Wolf. Hello, mate. Post Jimenez's injury, we have no recognised goal scorers. To me, it shows a striker has to be our priority in January because we can't score. Shown by the 0 shots on target despite us playing Bruno ball. So, yeah.
It's fair comment. It's fair comment, right. Yeah. Right. It's like when we've got...
Was Hwang not brought in to do that?
Yeah, Hwang, I wouldn't say he's a 9 though, is he? He's not. I wouldn't say he's like a proper striker, out and out striker. No. He could play down the middle, but I think he'll be better in the 2 with Jimenez. Like I think you play if you play Hwang and Jimenez. But I'm saying these names. I'm saying Jimenez, Hwang. Like Jimenez, I love, and I have done for as long as he's been here, but he's a shadow of the player that he was, and that has been the case for all season long, and you could see it in his face how frustrating it is, because I think he knows in his heart that something is missing. Now, we can go one of two ways. It's either this is the level that Jimenez is going to be at, and we need to either crack on and just go with it and just go, okay, that's fine. Or he goes the other way and he goes to the Jimenez of old, which, God, of course, like, we want him to be. I know what you're saying. And I want to be positive.
The fans, I think, will give Jimenez all the time in the world, but the Premier League won't wait.
Mate, do you think they will, though? Do you think they will? Because already there's like some people on social media saying, like, get Jimenez out, stick Hwang in, I think I wouldn't be opposed to sticking Jimenez on the bench and bringing him on as an impact sub.
Yeah, maybe it wouldn't be bad just to get him up and running until he's got a few goals, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The league. Well, my point is the league won't wait. We have time isn't a luxury that you've got. No. You've got to get points on the board. You've got to be scoring goals.
I got my point. My point is though, we all everybody waxes lyrical about the way Leeds play and like how well they've done. And like, look where they are in the league. They're right next to us.
Yeah.
Like it's like. It can change after a few wins, and that's why we can't get too excited when we do win, and we can't get too down when we lose, because this league, as you've said, it doesn't wait. There's so many games played.
You have to just move on straight away.
Yeah. So we do need to.
1 minute you're up, the next you could be down, and if we're going to finish mid-table, which is what we've both kind of suggested, then it's going to be win one, draw one, lose one thing, isn't it? So
can we start winning some?
We need to start scoring some goals.
I think we do, don't we? Yeah.
Final revival again. Cody and Sai's reliability in this team has been for seasons now. Great servants, but time to move forward. We've been saying that for a long time now, really, haven't we? If we're honest.
I think you're completely correct. But there's been 2 managers now that have said that they are 2 of the best 3 defenders that we have available. Whether that'll be the case when you have a fully fit Willy Bolly and Mascara to choose from, that's another issue completely. But I think the fact that we didn't get Botman is really going to be another thing that sets us apart this season. I think he is another level of centre back that we should have pulled out all the stops to get.
Yeah.
But we didn't. We need to move on. I do really believe that having Sois in that team is going to be detrimental to us. I think I would rather play a two at the back of Cody and Kilman than have Sois in there. I'd take Sois out and either make way for Hwang or stick Pedence in there as the 10.
Yeah,
because I think what you got to lose, if we're giving away daft goals, with 5 at the back, then you might as well stick another attacking player on there to try and at least give us something to shout about, because that's the thing at Molineux. Like, nobody's having anything to shout about. There's been no goals. Like, it's crazy, mate. It really is at the moment.
Most of the shouting was to do with the time wasted and stuff, daft stuff like that. And we should be shouting for goals, not.
Yeah, I get it. I get the frustration of Brentford wasting time, but they weren't wasting time in the first half when they were, they were doing a number on us.
But to be honest, there's that element of game management. They know they're doing it on purpose. Fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
And they did
that's
it really.
What I want us to be doing.
Yeah. Well, we weren't. Unfortunately,
we're too nice. We've got that feeling of being too nice at the moment. And
I know.
I
agree.
Be scrappy.
I agree with
nasty, horrible place to come, and not all this.
Well, Moutinho and Neves, they're not exactly, Keane and Vieira, are they? They're like,
Exactly.
When it comes into like getting in your face and being like snotting them, like
Neves will be arguing with the ref about things. It's gone.
It's more petulance though. It's more petulance. Like it's not getting into people's faces. It's not like it's writhing around and pretending that you've been hit in the face. Like it's that type of mentality which won't go down well with this fan base. It just won't, and nor should it really.
Nor should it now. No.
So I think we need to nip that in the bud. I think next few games. Okay, I'll ask you this. Do you think we should go strong versus Tottenham in the League Cup, or do you think we? Is it like a?
I think we should, mate. Yeah, I think we should. I think we should put Nuno and Spurs to the sword. I think we should go.
Is that just because it's Nuno, or is it because it's a game that we should go for?
No, I think it's because it's a game that we should go for. I think we should try and have a good crack at it. Why not? The fact that it's Nuno just is a bit of a cherry on top, really. But it's too early in the season to start suggesting if I'm putting words in your mouth here. Are you kind of suggesting that times are hard in the league? Let's just forget it and concentrate. I think it's too early for that, mate.
Okay.
I think that's like dead before you've had a battle.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, fair. It'd be interesting to gauge.
We're not in that situation yet.
It'd be interesting to gauge what other people think, though, because.
Let us know what you think. But, for me, no, we've got to go out there and get our confidence back. Okay, we've had a bit of a speed bump in the road Saturday, but get over it. On to the next, and let's go and put Spurs to the sword. And Nuno's just, like I said, cherry on top.
So, what would you rather us do then? Would you rather us, if you could pick one, Southampton away in the league, or beating Spurs in the cup?
Well, I want us to obviously go for both. We should put our strongest 11 out and be confident to beat both of those sides. Why can't we?
Do you really? Well, I say that.
We can't get bogged down on the starts of the season that we've had. Okay, it's not been great. We've played some incredible football. So unlucky in the first 3 games. We were terrible on Saturday, but that does not define who we are and what we're doing and the good work we've done so far.
Interesting.
And you just need to pick yourself up immediately, forget it, move on.
Well, this will tell us a lot about Bruno Lage and the way he does pick up his players, because
it will.
I think Southampton more than Spurs is a must not lose.
Okay.
I really do. If we lose to Spurs and get a result against Southampton, I would rather that be the case. And that I want us to win every game, obviously, but if you were to nudge me and gun to the head type moment, I'd be Southampton. I want to get points on the board.
Yeah. So you take a loss Wednesday, and you'd prefer a loss Wednesday and a win against Southampton. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
I just think what's that going to do to your confidence in the team?
I get it. Yeah,
you've got to go for all of it. If you're going to win, you need a winning mentality, and that runs through every match.
I agree as well, but you've got to look.
You're at home against a terrible, toxic Spurs setup, which I think.
Yeah, and
I've just been battered by Chelsea.
Chelsea are a great team, though. It's
they didn't just win the league.
Yeah, you did. To be fair, you did.
But Spurs there for the taking. We could.
Yeah, I agree.
We can't get it. It's too early in the season to start going where you're suggesting. I think.
Yeah, I think I'm just a bit apprehensive to, even think of
all the abuse you've had on Twitter about it.
And to be fair, it was completely, it was on point, the abuse. Yeah.
But yeah, come on, let's pick yourself up, mate. Let's get.
I think
it was no taking away. It was terrible. On Saturday.
I think it wasn't just losing. You can take losing if you're watching a team try. All right, let's go on to Mr. Traore himself, because I want to get your thoughts on his performance, because again, mixed reviews. I've seen a lot of praise for him, and I've seen a lot of, oh my god, his final ball, as we all know, is.
So where do you think I
am? You're the latter, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've already said it. I already said it a few minutes ago that it looked. You do get excited with him and Jimenez, the link-up play, and obviously that chance. It was great, but honestly, mate, the amount of times he does the good stuff. I know how many times I've got to say this, but he does the good stuff. It's brilliant. He's fast. He thunders down the wing. It's brilliant. And then he just puts a ball in that clears everyone. Chance is gone, and you're like.
But he did. There was one chance, and I think it was the reason why Jimenez took his head guard off. He floated a ball over, and it was the old Jimenez would have absolutely buried it. It felt like, when we played Liverpool and he put that really brilliant crossing for Jimenez, and we equalised against Liverpool. It was very much like that. But the problem is it's once every 10.
Yeah. Which is what I've been.
I know, mate. I know. But could we sit? You said this last week, and I'm starting to think that you're absolutely spot on with this. When Adama Traore is in the team, it feels as though let's just get the ball to him and just see what he can do, rather than using the other players in the team.
Well, I'm glad you said that, mate, because this has been my whole argument for a few months now. When Traore plays, literally what you just said, nothing else matters. Get the ball to Traore. That's our game plan.
Yeah.
Now the game plan is that, but that game plan has no end product. So it's the most frustrating thing, which is why I've always said I want him out, because then you've got to have a different plan.
Yeah.
You've got to bring in other styles of play and other players. Whereas when he's on the pitch, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what has been my frustration. You've hit the nail on the head. So
it's just so tricky, isn't it? It's so tricky.
So frustrating. And I get why people rave about him. Obviously, look at when he gets the ball and, he's just inside our half or whatever, and it breaks loose and he thunders forward. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
Even on, in that moment, I'm thinking, yes, this is
come
class.
on.
And then he just goes and
deflates.
Oh, again.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, we've had quite a lot of comments on this, haven't we?
So,
Yeah,
can't cross,
Traore
overhitting.
most times. Yeah, he can't cross, and for a winger, that's an issue.
It is.
Um,
And we like the Wolves. Traore going down the right was our only predictable option last year. This time the defence were like 6-4, and so the ball had to go higher. So why weren't the attackers going to the back post?
there is that argument as well.
You could say that, yeah.
And
But surely these are things that you look at in the week.
Well, yeah, there is that. You know that Brentford are a
They
tall
must have a
side.
plan. They don't just think in training, right?
Yeah.
They're not under 11s, get down the wing and cross it and see what happens.
Does that not give another argument to say let's get rid of one of the centre halves and bring Kwang in then as a big lad, like another person in the box, like, and it was too late when we brought everyone on, like, because the die had been cast, like it was never going to be our day. What formation would you go for against Southampton in the league?
Southampton, I'd like to see 4-4-2.
Yeah.
4-4-2. I'd like to see Aitner in there.
Yeah. Instead of Marcel, obviously.
Yeah. Just can't say more attacking, just a bit more balanced and a bit more.
Who would you play as centre backs then?
Well, it depends on the fitness. I'd like to see Bolly and Mosquera in there.
In a Premier League game?
Why not? Four? Why not?
I just think Bolly, 100%. Yeah, I think it's probably a bit. I think it's probably a bit too soon for Mosquera. Like, if I'm being honest, like I'd give him a run out in the League Cup and just see where he is first, especially coming off an injury as well. If I saw that as a Southampton player, if I'm seeing that back two in a back four, I'm going, yes, please.
Yeah, but I think what's the harm in trying? For so long now, we've said Cody's got his issues. There's issues across the thing. Why don't we change it? Why don't we do this? Well, Southampton away, give it a whirl. Why not? If maybe we'll concede 2, we've just got to score 3. I don't know. That's been an issue.
Well, Michael Burge has said, "Would you like to see us go with a back four of Bolly and Kilman?" What do you guys think of that?
Yeah. I'm up for trying anything at the moment.
I think, isn't that frustrating though? It's like I'm up for trying anything after 5 games.
I'd just like to see something different.
Yeah. I get it. I think Bolly and Kilman.
Saying it in a see anything kind of fashion, and just change it.
If Bolly and Kilman are your centre backs, who's your captain? Do you give it to Neves?
Neves, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But then you got the other end of the scale. Steve Griffiths has said, we can't defend with a 5. Why would we go to a 4? Which, you know what, Steve?
What? Yeah.
You're right.
There is a logic there.
There is a logic there. There is a logic.
I like this. Just going off topic slightly.
Yeah.
TV. Why not use Traore in a Forrest Gump type of way? Just tell him to run at the net and get the South Bank to stop when he's in the net. Do you know what? You might be laughing, but that's what he needs.
Like a lemming.
Just don't stop until you're in the net. I love that.
Well, we'll try anything at the moment. My God. It's so frustrating, isn't it?
Final revival. Bruno has to mix it up. Has to be ruthless. Yeah, I agree.
So ruthless would be to get out Noreen
4-4-2
instead of Marcel, Bolly and Mosquera or Kilman as your centre backs. Semedo keep his place in the side.
Yeah.
And then in the midfield, I suppose, like Neves and either Dendoncker or Moutinho. Moutinho didn't look on it really.
I think Moutinho's fine. He's been playing well. Everybody across the board was bad Saturday, so you can't just.
Yeah, it does look slow though, doesn't it? It looks slow in the centre of midfield. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Does Dendoncker bring that pace.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, stick Martinho in there. And then what do you do with Traore? Do you play him?
God, for all the reasons I've just been
Yeah.
going on about, but yeah, I think
Traore.
whilst he's a Wolves player
Yeah.
and he's trying, I think, I feel all daft saying it, but yeah.
Traore on the right.
If him and Jimenez, him and Huang, whatever, can get a bit of a thing going, I think we're all of a sudden the goals come back. Every time Traore gets the ball, it's an outlet, isn't it? If they can just get that last piece of the puzzle put in.
You know what? It's made me feel like we're missing Neto a lot more than what we thought we were going to. He's different level, man. Like, and they're on about him coming back in December. So if that's the case, then that is a lot better than what we thought it was going to be. It's nearly October now, so.
Okay, with all that said, there's obviously a lot of stuff going on off the pitch at the moment, which we've made reference to on a couple of occasions tonight. So, obviously, last week was all about e-sports and e-gaming and things like that. So, this week it's all about record labels and stuff.
I'll tell you what.
I'm just taking a leaf out of Wolves' book. I've got the Fosun shirt on to appeal to a wider audience. So what I've actually done is put
what does that say, mate?
That says, "Welcome to the Wandering Wolf. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments."
Are you
did you know?
It could do.
So it could. Fantastic. To try and appeal to a broader audience, get the numbers up. Big opportunities for us out there, mate. I reckon.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking Christmas #1. I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
The Chinese version of Pop Idol minus Sam. I'm going to get Shoe on my way in there. I'm seeing big things, mate.
mate.
We could even play a bit of FIFA while we're over there.
Oh, hey, mate. You've definitely thought about this. I'm liking this.
I definitely gave it 5 minutes thought. Yeah, before.
And just literally just typed anything in. I could say anything. But Brand Wolves. Let's talk a little bit about Brand Wolves. As you said, esports the week before, which I've got to say, the marketing team and the social media team must be going, oh god, I can't wait to put this out. And Wolves Records, which is a record company that is working with, was it Warner Brothers? Warner Brothers.
It wasn't Warner Brothers. It was.
No, sorry, Warner Brothers is the film, but it's the equivalent. Could somebody tell me?
Yeah, I think it's WE something, but yeah.
Yeah. But
so I get the feeling that you're not as impressed by this week.
I think it's absolutely. I don't know what the hell's going on with the club. Like, I'm all for expanding Warner Music. That's it, Warner Music.
I think that could be it.
I'm all for expanding like all types of stuff with this brand. With clothing, with sport, with music. I'm all for that, but you've got to get it right on the pitch first. And I can see why there's frustration with the fan base, and not just old school who don't understand this stuff. It's across the board. It's like, why on earth are we doing something like this when we're not even we're an established Premier League club, but we're not a top 6 club. We're not one of them that's not necessarily going to not be fighting relegation. This is literally like Burnley coming out and saying Burnley Records, and isn't it though? What?
No.
Why is it any different? Like why? I don't
think this is to be taken in the same way as the esports thing, as like a marketing thing. I think this is more of a community thing to help young talent,
to help
give
young
them and give them
talent,
give them a platform. And if Wolves can use their reach and their prowess, if you like, to do that, then I don't see what the problem is, to be honest. I mean, it's got absolutely nothing to do with what's going on the pitch whatsoever. It couldn't be
I get
further
why
from each other if they tried.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff I've been seeing today about how it's a disgrace and
it's not a disgrace.
The heart and soul of the club's been ripped out, and it's not Wolves anymore, and it's not this.
I don't agree with that.
But I understand the timing of it. We've just come off the back of a loss, and they've announced this record label, but it's got nothing, zero to do with what's going on the pitch. And it's great for the community, and it's great for aspiring young musicians to get involved in it. And I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just like scrolling through like a few of these bits, and like
I feel you've crossed into old man. Now you're 14. You're all upset.
Thanks for bringing that up. No, I get both sides of the argument, but I think the problem is that we are looking too far ahead. We've only been in the league for 4 seasons. That 4th season.
If take Wolves' records on its own, that would stand whether we're in Premier League or League Two. It's a community platform.
It's not necessarily. It's the whole thing. It's the fact that we're dipping our toes into. What my issue is, mate, is that
the team looking after that is not the team looking after the first 11 squad, is it?
It's timing. It's timings, mate. It's timings. It's about like transfers and stuff, and like I know it's positive to like increase money and revenue. I just think it doesn't sit well with me at the moment. Like if we were, if we had a great start to the season, maybe they could have put it on the back burner a little bit. Like and I know what you mean. Like
we're only a few games in, aren't we? It's not everybody's.
I know.
Everybody's like written the season off already. That we're
no, God, no, I've not, mate. Like I think after the game against Brentford, it's what happens with the fan base, isn't it? It's like we beat Watford last week, we world beaters, and you lose again. Like that's Wolves. That's us being a Wolves fan.
That's the way it's going to go this year.
It's not helped timing wise when Jeff has said, has done these interviews about getting players in and stuff, and a lot of people think that the money Fosun are putting in, they're not putting it into the right stuff. And I can't disagree with them at the moment. I really can't.
Okay.
So we'll look at some fixtures coming up shortly. We've got Spurs in. I can't read that, mate.
We've got Spurs at home in the cup on Wednesday.
Good.
And then it's on to Southampton away.
Wow.
And then it's Newcastle at home following that.
Wow, your Chinese is coming on an absolute treat.
I've been cluing up, mate, ready for our
Very good.
It's only a matter of time before we're handpicked to go and represent the Thailand arms.
Thailand arms. Oh my God. All right, so Spurs in the cup. I think we'll beat Spurs, which obviously means that we won't. And
Where's this coming from?
I think Southampton, I'll take a point. And we need to beat Newcastle at home because Newcastle are not a good team. One of the worst. One of the worst I've seen.
They're
absolutely. They're awful, man. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
This is the thing. It only takes, 1 week, 2 fixtures, let's say, and the whole your whole perspective on everything can change. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely,
Newcastle could go and win 2 games before they play us, and all of a sudden they're on a roll and up, they're up near the top.
I know.
You can lose 2 games and you're at the bottom. It's
like a team like Brighton who've had an absolutely amazing start to the season. It's like, who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? It's like let's see where we are in December and then reevaluate the situation.
Yeah,
I know.
I think that's fair.
Obviously, we'll keep on doing this, like each game, win, lose or draw, and we'll go in, oh God, what's going to happen? But let's have a proper evaluation of the manager, of the players, like, because then we've got the January transfer window
to put it right. Yeah,
That's it right if we need to. It's like, for me though, like, surely there's 3 worse teams than us in the league. Surely,
all day long. All day.
I can't. I'm not there yet. I'm not there. It's like a relegation battle. But you listen to, Talk Sport sometimes, and Gabby Abonglaw, bless him, has said that we might be struggling this season.
He's irrelevant.
Danny Murphy said that we're missing Neto quite a lot, which I can't argue with that. We are very much so.
Yeah. It's a bit of a broad statement, though, isn't it? So
yeah, but I think the consensus with these experts is that we are going to struggle, and we're going to be near the bottom of the league. But I just think, as you rightly said, like, you have a game where it all clicks, and I still think we're capable of spanking someone. I'm not going to put it out on Twitter, don't you worry about that. But I really do think, like, there's going to be a game where Jimenez, it comes off his shin or his neck or something, and he's gonna score, and then
it'll be free flowing from there.
I really hope so. I really hope so, because we've missed him. And I think we owe him time. We do owe him time, but we also don't owe him so much time that it's detrimental.
Well, we haven't got the luxury of time. That was more important earlier, I think we would give him time, but we haven't got it. So if it's not working, you've got to be ruthless, and Bruno needs to be strong enough to make that call.
Yeah.
Time will tell whether he gets that right.
Yeah.
Just hope he does.
Fingers crossed. I can't think of anything else, mate.
I'm all good. I feel better after having a bit of a rant.
I think we've been quite subdued. Actually, we've been all right. Yeah. I think.
I do feel like you're a bit miserable now in your old age.
I'm not miserable.
We're gonna have to
miserable.
Snap that out.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll be all.
I think we're gonna have to bring a new feature to a Friday, so I'm gonna ask you to send a video for Instagram of your prediction for the
God.
For the weekend. That could be quite interesting.
Yeah, okay. Can do that. No worries.
I'm sure you can put up with the abuse afterwards. Anyone, but,
I'm gonna give Wolves Records a ring. Looking for singing talent. But,
I would, mate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me on the esports team, because, as you well know, I'm probably the greatest Pro Evo / FIFA player out there. So.
It's a massive lie, but let's just that made as much sense as the Chinese that you put up. On that note, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening and also watching. If you're watching it on YouTube, we'll be back next Monday with hopefully 3 points in the bag, and us going into the next round in the League Cup after spanking Nuno and Spurs. But
let's hope so.
We shall see. All right. Thanks for being here, and thank you for your continuing support on Wandering Wolf.
Cheers. See you later.
See you later.